Hey guys, it's Scott with Scotty B Cards, and in this video I want to figure out how much money did Topps make on 2023 Topps Chrome. In this video, I want to figure out how much money Topps made in 2016 Topps Chrome and 2023 Topps Chrome. The reason I chose those specific years is because I'm going to be doing this with hobby boxes only, and we're going to have to use orange refractors number to 25 that are hobby box exclusives, and those first started in 2016, and they're still continuing through 2023. I don't want to be a spoiler of what you're going to see later in this video, but the number between 2016 and 2023 is insane of how much more money they made, and I'm going to show my thoughts, my math, my assumptions, everything in this video. One thing I want to point out is we're going to be using the dealer net price to actually see how much the box costs from the dealer itself, from Topps, and we're going to make a couple assumptions to get everything else there. And those orange refractors, the way we're going to do this is we're going to figure out how many boxes exist by using those orange refractors and then work our way back into a specific number. So let's just jump right into it. So the very first thing we're going to do is 2016 Topps Chrome Hobby print runs. We're going to use orange refractors to figure out how many hobby boxes exist of this product. We do this by looking at the checklist and seeing there's 200 players, and each player has an orange refractor number to 25, so there's 5,000 total orange cards. Then we need to see how many packs it takes to get an orange parallel, which is every 149 packs. There are 3 base cards per pack, so we times the 3 times 149 to see it takes 447 base cards to get one orange. Says gold, should be orange. Next, we use this little equation and we get this number. This number, when we solve for X, is actually telling us this is the total number of base cards in this print run, 2,235,000. And this is only for hobby boxes. This is not assuming jumbo or retail or other configurations, but we're figuring out how much they made on hobby boxes only first. After that, we're going to take that number and divide it by 200. That is how many cards are in the base set. So it means there are 11,175 of each player. That's how many base cards exist. After that, we divide that number by 3 because that's how many base cards you get in a pack for 745,000 packs, for a total of 31,042 hobby boxes because we divided that by 24 because you get 24 packs in a hobby box. Okay, I know that's a lot, but all we need to know is there's 31,000 hobby boxes, roughly, give or take. Is that number exact? No. I'm just assuming their print run statements are accurate and perfect, and they probably aren't, and assuming my math is perfect, which it probably is not. It's close, though. Next up, we're going to look at a couple different things that we do know and then add some assumptions like the cost bases. We don't know their cost bases, how much they actually spent on printing the cards, labor, marketing, shipping, all those things we don't know, but we're going to make an assumption based off of the sales price of the product. According to DealerNet, these boxes were going for $55.61 from Topps, and that's what you're going to see right here for DealerNet pricing, and you're going to see here the actual cost basis. This is all assumptions, and we can see the profit margin going up or down depending on exactly how much Topps costs to print their product and to ship their product. So we are going to assume for this exercise a $40 cost basis, okay? So if we go through this, all sales were mainly through card shops at the time. They weren't really online sales like they are now, and they basically sold through distributors who then sold to card shops. So now we're going to assume they have a 39% profit margin because we can see it's $40 for their cost basis to print, ship, pay employees, everything there. And that's going to get us to a profit per box of $15.61. So that means they sold 31,000 boxes at $15.61 for total sales of $1.7 million and total profit of $490,000. And this is just on one of their 30 products and one of the configurations within that one specific product. So that's kind of where I landed on 2016 Topps Chrome. Let's just say they had a cost basis of $30, not $40. That means they made $800,000 instead of about $500,000. But you get the idea. It's between $200,000 to $1 million is where they made with this product. So let's do the exact same thing with 2023 Topps Chrome and see how much money they made on this product. Very first thing, you can see that there are now 220 base cards instead of 200 on this checklist for a total of 5,500 total orange cards. Then we're going to do the exact same thing. Now it's 1 in every 471 packs, not like 174, I think it was prior, for a total of 1 orange for every 1,413 base cards. Now we're going to use that same formula, and we will see that the print run now is 7,771,500 for the total number of base cards in that print run. Divide that by 220, and now we're seeing there's 35,000 of each of these base cards in Topps Chrome hobby boxes. After that, we are going to divide that by 3 to let us know how many packs exist, about 2.6 million. And then we divide that by 24 for a total of 107,000 hobby boxes. They're printed about 3 times more, 2.5 to 3 times more overall, quite a bit higher from where they were just in 2016, which was 7 years ago for this product overall. Now we're going to do the exact same math and figure out how much money they made. I am going to assume a very high cost basis. We're going to assume inflation and the pandemic and the cost of materials and everything went up overall for Topps. Labor costs more, all these things. So instead of it being a $40 cost basis, we're saying it's $70 for making one box of Topps Chrome. Okay, so one thing I want to point out now for 2023 Topps Chrome is they actually sold some of this product through Topps.com. So some of this product was sold through Topps.com. Boxes were sold for $149, and I guessed that was 15% of the total print run. That could be high, but I said 15%. I think it's anywhere between 10 and 20%, so I just split it in the middle for 15%. That would make them in profit $1.3 million, because if they are making that much margin on one box, it's pretty crazy. But that means just on that 15%, they're making $1.3 million and $2.5 million in total sales on that 15%. If that's 25% on Topps.com, then they're making significantly more money. So now if we go through retailers and shops, and we know the dealer net pricing was $91 for this product, that means 85% of the boxes were sold this route, and that means 91,000 of the 107,000, because the other 16,900 were sold through Topps.com. That means this 91,000 were sold in hobby shops or other locations for about $91 each to those shops, and they can mark it up as much as they would like. And if we're assuming $70 per box for their cost basis, that means they're making a 30% margin. If we go here at $70 cost basis, dealer net pricing is $91. That means they're making 30% margin exactly, which is pretty cool to see. And that means their total sales on the other 85% of their hobby boxes is $8 million. And their total profit is $1.9 million. And if we combine the two of those, we can see the sales is $10 million overall, well, $11 million closely, and the profit is actually more than $3 million, and that is assuming the cost basis is $70. You have to understand, they're actually only making per box on the 85% that were sold through actual card shops, $21, but the boxes on Topps.com, they were going for $149, and if their cost basis was $70, they're making like $80 a box. But if we actually look and it's $50 a box for their cost basis, if it's actually lower, then they're making $3.7 million just on the 85% through card shops. And if you go look at how much they made on Topps.com, that number probably jumps to about $2 million to $3 million as well. So their actual profit is significantly higher in 2023, like drastically so. And if we look at them compared to each other, 2016 Topps Chrome, I'm going to assume hobby and jumbo and retail all sold and made the same amount. That's not accurate. I know that's not accurate, but for simplicity's sake, we're going to assume that. So that gives total sales of $5 million and total profit of $1.5 million roughly. For 2023, if we do the exact same thing, and Breaker's Delight is actually a new format, I assumed it is 25% of the print run of hobby boxes. That gives us total sales of $35 million and total profit of about $10.6 million. So they're making a lot of money off of Topps Chrome, and for good reason. It's a great product, and it is probably why fanatics wanted Topps in the first place. And I want to point out, these are assumptions overall. You might not like some of the math I did, and that's fine. I'm not saying this is exactly what they made, but I wanted to show how much more they're making now than they were only 7 or 8 years ago. Pretty crazy, and it's a very profitable industry. We all love sports cards. Breakers are helping. But overall, what are your thoughts? Do you think my numbers are close or they're far off? And what are your thoughts on Topps making that much money? At the end of the day, they're a business, and they are selling a product and service to us. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.